Welcome to Inspire Me with Jay. This is a podcast to inspire, uplift, show forth the love of God, and help usher in the spiritual awakening. Welcome to Inspire Me with Jay. I'm your host, Jay Spillers, author and teacher. Please do like and subscribe. Today, we're doing another bonus episode of a presentation that I did for my community meditation class. We're going to be talking about what is a loving kindness meditation. Let me just read this phrase to you real quick. This is from Sharon Salzberg, and I did share a video of hers in class that you might find on YouTube. It's about 6.5 minutes. It says, loving kindness and compassion are the basis for wise, powerful, sometimes gentle, sometimes fierce actions that can really make a difference in our own lives and those of others. And that was the quote I wanted to talk about, or I wanted to share. So, what is a loving kindness meditation? Well, what is kindness? Kindness is basically love in action. It's taking love and putting a concrete form to it. It's sort of putting boots on it, making it a reality that's tangible. And kindness, when you look up definitions, is just basically things like generosity, friendship, compassion, consideration. And we all kind of intrinsically know what kindness is. Um, Meditation itself can help to create a more loving, kind, compassionate person. And what I had shared in my book, Meditation for Everyone, is there is a study that they did with meditators and non-meditators, and they had like over 50 people in a doctor's office, and someone would come in with on crutches, and they wanted to see how many people would offer the person their seat. And they found out that meditators were 3 times more likely to offer the person on crutches their seat. So the meditators were 3 times more likely to show compassion than the non-meditators. So meditation itself creates a more compassionate mindset. But with loving kindness meditation, our specific goal and focus is on loving kindness. So it's sort of directing it in that direction specifically, and it's magnifying it from what it just normally does in meditation. So it's a more directed approach at loving kindness. One of the things you want to do with a loving kindness meditation is you're going to let go of anger, hostility, bitterness, and resentment. And like with mindfulness, you're going to want to let go of all judgments. Just let all the judgments of others, yourself, and whatnot, just let them go. And maybe stop right now and think of 3 people that you have a lot of negativity and judgment towards. Just write them down. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to shift from a negative mindset to a more positive one. That's kind of what we're trying to do with love and kindness meditation. We want to place things in the best light possible. We want to put ourselves in a better light. We want to focus compassion and kindness towards ourselves. Then we want to focus it on others. The third thing we want to do is focus it on situations, because sometimes situations can bring unkindness to us. But if we can see a situation as an opportunity for kindness, we can transform ourselves and really grow. Um, it's about changing the perspective, like I said before, of how we view things. And as you start to change your perspective in a more loving and kind direction, you can release stress, anxiety, and things such as that from your life. We want to be kind and compassionate in thought, word, and deed. And it starts with our thoughts that we want to, as we're thinking about kindness and love, compassion, and being more loving, we start with the thought. We're sort of reprogramming the mind to go in a different direction. There goes the perspective. Again, we're reprogramming, thinking more kindly, setting the affirmations, setting the vibes and the goodwill and intentions in a meditative state. It's more than just, like people say, I'm wishing well for you, thinking well of you. It's more than that because you go into the meditative state where you're highly relaxed, where you're aware, and your brain waves are operating at different frequencies. Remember, we talked about that with Silva. So you're able to really change yourself, move the energy of how you feel and how you respond. So it starts with the thoughts. And then we got to watch our words because the words sometimes can be as hurtful or harmful as the actions that we take. And then ultimately, we want to be a more loving and kind, compassionate person in what it is that we do. So thought, words, and actions are very important. And what is our loving kindness directed towards? Well, we just talked about it. Towards yourself, towards others, towards situations. And we really want to start with ourselves because as we're more kind and compassionate to ourselves, it flows more easily towards others. It's sort of like we go internal and then we just sort of go out slowly. Ourselves, others, community, the world, so forth. There's a lot of affirmations that you can do for loving kindness. You can say, I am kind, I am compassionate, I am I am loving towards others. The core of my being is love. That's one that I've been doing lately is the core of my being is love. And I didn't have that on my handout. You can click on and get the handout, but that's an important one. We want to see kindness, be kindness, remember kindness. And when I talk about seeing kindness, this is where not only do you have affirmations and vibes, but you can include visualization in there. You're seeing the kindness, like when you're meditating, you could visualize yourself being kind, visualize what it would look like if others were kind to you. So you see the kindness. What does kindness look like? What could it look like? And then you want to be kind. Of course, go out and be kind. And then you want to remember kindness. And then in the remembering, you visualize things from your past, where maybe you showed kindness to someone or someone showed kindness to you. And that sort of um, reverberates it within your soul. It sort of brings it back up into your memory. And that could put you in a different mindset, what you focus on in your past. So you want to see kindness, be kindness, and remember kindness. So someone had talked about the 5 stages of kindness, loving kindness meditation. And it's kind of similar to what we've been talking about because the first stage is kindness and compassion towards yourself. The second one is loving kindness towards your loved ones, towards good friends, towards people that you have a positive view of, that you feel warm and loving towards. You send out your loving kindness to them. The third one is neutral parties, neutral people. This could be people like you just see in the supermarket or you see day to day, and You don't necessarily have a lot of positive feelings for them. You don't feel like deeply in love with them or love for them, but you don't necessarily feel any negativity towards them or hostility or anything. It's just kind of neutral. That's the third category. The fourth one, and this is where you sort of start to stretch yourself, is you have loving kindness towards those you find difficult. And that's kind of an interesting word because we say difficult as opposed to people we don't like. Because if you start viewing them as, okay, I have some difficulty with this person, but I don't necessarily have to dislike them. And that's an important first step, is to see them as there's some difficulties there, but I don't dislike them. And then send loving, kind vibes to them, compassionate vibes to them. And what's interesting on this fourth stage is we have people that are our loved ones and that are our friends, and we generally think positively towards them. But sometimes they can be difficult people for us as well. Whether it's your spouse, your kids, your siblings, really good friend. Chances are, if you're really close to them, you definitely love them, but you have some difficulty with them at times. And it's in those difficult moments you can send out loving, kind vibes. You can meditate and see the kindness in them, share kindness towards them, affirm kindness, visualize the kindness and love towards them and compassion, and start to really change yourself. And then, of course, the last stage, stage 5, is to send out loving kindness to all sentient beings. And that's an interesting phrase, sentient beings, because, of course, I had talked about sending out loving kindness towards your community, your world, all the people. But sentient beings can obviously be broader than all people. It can include animals and so forth, whether they're wild animals, domesticated, what have you. But sending out to all creatures, great and small, I'm going to send loving kindness to. So that's an interesting point, stage 5. So take those 5 stages: yourself, loved ones, neutral parties, difficult people, and sentient beings, and just send out loving kindness in your loving kindness meditation. And our final point is, okay, so is loving kindness connected to mindfulness? And the answer is yes. Mindfulness, you're trying to put yourself in the present moment. Well, with loving kindness, we're kind of going to the next level, the next layer. We want to add in compassion with it. So it's like with a loving kindness meditation, generally you're in the present moment and you're trying to be in this present moment with a heart and mind towards compassion and kindness. So it is like a subset of mindfulness, or in some sense, you could say a more advanced form of mindfulness, taking it to the next level. So yeah, it's definitely connected and a part of a mindfulness meditation. And so we'll close it out. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next episode. Have you ever wanted to learn to meditate? Check out my book, Meditation for Everyone: How to Quickly Have a More Peaceful, Mindful, and Fulfilled Life, and support this channel. With Meditation for Everyone, you will learn to quickly and easily meditate, relieve stress and anxiety, alleviate depression, and have more joy, peace, and relaxation. What you will learn: mindfulness, the art of stillness, step by step on how to meditate, strategies for overcoming challenges to meditation, and much more. D. Mason said this: This is a nice meditation book, even for those already meditating. I agree with the statements that it will help to have a more peaceful, mindful, and fulfilled life. 4.6 star rating available on Amazon.